Welcome back to another episode of Let's Eat, the show that's not only about feeding your stomach, also about feeding the soul, the mind, and everything else in between. Go ahead and join me for another episode starting now. Boom. Guys, so I just wanted to go over about a little bit about things that I use that have helped me through my anxiety moments in my life. Some of these products I have used. First and foremost, guys, I am not a doctor. These are things that have worked for me in the past. Again, if you feel like you can't take control of the situation and it's too much, also this is the heating pad that I also use. That's part of the stuff. Guys, if you can't take control of your anxiety and your stress and your panic, please go to your healthcare provider. Talk to them about it. Obviously, it's not a joke, guys. I'm just wanting to share with you guys because I had the type of anxiety that was debilitating to me where I couldn't go anywhere. I didn't want to go to parties. I didn't want to go to barbecues. I didn't want to go to events with family members. I was just frozen. I wanted to be basically just snuggled up in the bed and not have to move from there. It was my safe zone, and it was really, really bad, guys. And with some of these tips that I'm going to share with you guys today, I was able to kind of take control of it. I feel so strong. I feel able to manage with it. It's super manageable. It rarely ever comes back, if at all. So I feel cured, guys, and I want to help you guys feel the same way. So let's go ahead and take a look, and I'll explain a little bit of how these things are being used. I know you'll, for instance, see meditation and all these breathing techniques, and I'll talk a little bit about that and how that has helped me. But I wanted to show you these particular products just because we don't really think about them as being maybe able to help us with that, and I'll explain to you guys a little more about how it does and how I use it, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, guys, so the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the heating pad. Whenever you start feeling anxious, whenever you start feeling those muscles in your neck tighten up, the first thing that I would suggest to you is please go ahead and get yourself one of these microwavable heating pads. You heat it up, whatever the instruction for heating says, go ahead and do that. Sometimes it's a minute something, whatever the instructions are, put that on as soon as you start feeling that tightness coming up. The other thing that's very important, guys, is how you're breathing. So you know that when you get anxiety, you immediately start to breathe real shallow. One of the things that I like to do is I like to primarily breathe through my nose and out through my nose throughout the day. I make an effort. I've actually been doing that at night, and it's been really helping me. I feel well rested. I haven't been doing it that long, but sometimes you will need to breathe through your mouth, and that's fine. That brings us over to our second product. So the first product I would have to say would have to be the heating pad. The second product, and again, these guys, they're not sponsored, guys, is going to be the VapoCool Vicks product. What I would suggest for you to do is, all right, guys, so like I mentioned, this would be the second product, the Vicks Vapor Powerful Drops. Now, guys, these, the way I use these, I don't use them every day. I use them whenever I wake up extra stuffy. I suffer from allergies, something that began maybe 2 years ago. So I use these sparingly whenever I feel like so the way they come into play with anxiety is that whenever you feel shortness of breath, like you're not getting in enough air, it feels like something's tight or whatever it is, you pop one of these in. I only use them during that process. I actually don't even use them when I'm actually stuffy and when I actually need them. I use them usually just primarily for the purpose of whenever I feel like I'm not getting enough air because anxiety is starting to kick in, I'll pop one of these bad boys in. Cools the whole area, your whole nasal passage, everything in there, and all of a sudden it feels like you're getting in more air. And again, you know that most of these situations are mental. They become physical because we allow them to become physical, but most of it is all mental. So these kind of help you get started. Going along with that, my third product would have to be a probiotic. I use this particular one. Again, they're not sponsors, but guys, I got this tip from an actual nurse who told me I should be drinking probiotics because there's a gut-mind connection. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I feel a million times better when I'm drinking these, because what happens with anxiety, guys, is we get a lot of, some people's systems, they get messed up. When you get anxiety, you start getting the tummy aches. I'm not gonna tell you, oh, it's gonna end it forever, but I can guarantee you I've had stomach aches. I stopped drinking these about a month ago. I ran out and had not had an opportunity to order them. And I started having a stomach ache and I didn't know why. And for 3 days, I just felt so uncomfortable. Boom, here it was. So when I'm drinking these, it's giving me gut health. And so even though I have that anxiety, it feels like I'm able to manage it better. At first, I thought it was just a placebo effect, but it actually, as soon as I stopped taking them for about a month, I felt the difference. A month and a half maybe is what I ended up stopped taking them for. And so now I'm taking them again and I'm feeling great from my stomach. So guys, very underrated, very underrated. The other thing, guys, I'm going to say is an icy hot spray. Now, why? I suffer from an injury that I have in my scapula in the back where I get a bit of a jolt of electricity where it feels like I might be having a heart attack just because of my poor posture. If you can tell, I'm hunched over like this. I have very bad posture. My shoulders are in like this most of the time. So right now for the video, I'm trying to keep straight as much as I can. So what is this important? Whenever you get an injury, because a lot of the anxiety that I suffer from, it all starts because I get a feeling and emotion. Most of the times it's not my emotions, it's a feeling. My chest kind of, it hurts through here, or a little pain back here, and then I can't tell whether it's in my back or if it's my chest. Now I've gotten better at knowing. So what I do, guys, is like taking a Tylenol or whatever. You're gonna wanna just help it. So if you're not feeling that pain, you're less likely to fall to anxiety, the type of anxiety that I have. If there's no pain there, then you're less likely to be thinking about it. So I would suggest getting one of these if that's one of your issues. That's one of my personal issues. So let's move on, guys. I believe that's 4 items down. Let's go ahead and go to our 5th item, which is going to be, you guessed it, lavender oil. I love it, but it doesn't love me back. So whenever I put lavender oil, I would wear a scarf. For those mornings that you wake up feeling really anxious, you'd put a little bit of oil on there, and basically you'd get the smell into your nostrils, and immediately, this is science-based, guys. This is not me just saying. Lavender oil helps calm you down. It helps me calm down, but like I said, I have an allergic reaction to it. So I now grab it and I will spray it like somewhere in this region, not too close to my face, because if I even touch a little bit anywhere near my eye, anywhere in here, I will get bloodshot red eye for the next few days, maybe 5-6 days. But this, guys, when you wake up feeling anxious in the morning, you want to make sure, guys, this will change. This is a game changer, guys, game changer. The other thing, guys, that I want to mention to you guys are going to be these 2 products here, guys. These are not sponsors, and it comes with a spray as well. They make this in a spray form. This is the droplet one. So you put about 5 drops is what they recommend into your tongue. It tastes like taking a shot of tequila. This is Rescue Spray. Again, this is not a sponsor. I've tried many different kinds. This just happens to be my favorite just because it tastes like I'm taking a shot of tequila. Let's be honest, I'm drunk. No problem. Help me. And then Rescue Pastels. Pastilles. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, guys. You already know. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So these, guys, they're like little gum, I don't want to say gumdrops, but they're like these little candies. You pop one in, sucking it for a little bit. That's what she said. And pretty much it's going to help. These 2 products, guys, amazing. I cannot recommend these enough. Again, they're not my sponsor. They're not paying me anything, guys. But these, now, I do want to tell you, they're so amazing. You take these, I take every 10 minutes if anxiety continues, again and again. Now, obviously, guys, you want to continue to do your workouts, working out, walking, healthy diet. All that stuff is going to contribute to an amazing body and mind connection that's going to help you. But we all need a little bit of help. And now the candy's stuck in there somewhere. We all need a little bit of extra help. this is what these things are for, guys. These aren't everyday things. These are to help you get back on track because we need it. And one thing I do want to say, guys, these are so amazing. All these products are amazing products, guys. You know, they're so great. They help me in so many ways. But I do want to make one very thing. My dog. Guys, I do want to make one thing very, very clear, though, guys. It is extremely important that you don't become dependent on these things. Achilles, our doggy's barking. I became very dependent on these things to the point one day I actually had a panic attack because I left these at home. So what I want to tell you is use them sparingly as you need them to get back on track, but try not to make these an everyday type situation. You know, if you wake up a little anxious one day out of the week and this helps you to get back in, go ahead and do these. You know, go ahead and spray yourself with a little lavender. I personally love the smell of lavender, so I do it almost every day, the lavender. Nothing to do with anxiety at this point, just because I love that soothing, calming effect that it gives me. But if I don't do the lavender, I'm not having extra anxiety. Yes, I feel extra calm, and that feeling is amazing. But I don't feel like, oh, I haven't had my lavender on. It's all going to go downhill. I don't have. So what happened was one day I had these and I thought I still had some and they were in the car. And then I started having a panic attack. I'm hyperventilating. I run into the car and guess what? Empty. And it made me panic even worse. I ended up in the emergency room. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is use them sparingly. Use them when you need them to kind of get yourself back on track. And then when you can disconnect yourself from them, go ahead and disconnect. And guys, but like always, go ahead and seek medical advice. Like I said, I'm not a professional. These are just amazing things that work for me. And, you know, stay safe, work hard. And again, guys, these are no substitutes for me personally, they're not a substitute for meditation, breathing exercises, and just overall living in the moment, in the present moment. Try not to think too much about the negatives and the positives. There's things you can change them. If there's things you can't change, let them be. That's just life. We're not perfect. Don't beat yourself up because one day it wasn't a good day and you had anxiety. I'm not supposed to feel this way. Accept it. The moment that you accept that you're a little bit anxious, you'll feel a little bit better about it. Just let yourself know that it's happened before. Nothing came of it. It was just anxiety. And as you start to train yourself that way, you'll see how great you'll start to feel. You'll feel amazing. You'll start to just overall happiness. And guys, this new technique that I'm doing with the breathing, where I'm only trying to breathe in and out through my nostril, that's another thing. Another tip that I could give you is when you wake up in the morning, if I don't use the restroom because I'm so used to it, I'll feel anxious throughout the car ride or on the way to work or whatever I could be doing at that time. So use the restroom, drink your water when you just wake up, make sure you're well hydrated, listen to your body. Do you need a little rest? Get that exercise in, guys. Super important. I'm going to show you guys right now what I do. Just really quickly, these are the exercises. I use a thing called Body Boss workout system. You'll see it in the video. Again, they're not a sponsor, but I got that from Amazon. It was on sale, I think 140 something bucks. It has the handles. It also has the bar. You could do so many workouts with it. I'll go ahead and show you the video now. And guys, stay safe, be productive, and join me again on Let's Eat, the show that sometimes doesn't eat. Maybe we should change the name.